Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Plateau to Summit, taking your business to the top. This week we're going to talk about professionalism and what's your idea of professionalism. And professionalism can mean many different things to different people. So whether you're talking about professionalism in appearance, in action, in dress, in communication, you have to find a way to apply professionalism to all parts of your business. Hello, John. Hi, Len. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining me today. If you don't mind, just in the comment box, just write where you're listening to from today. So last week we talked a little bit about managing expectations. And so professionalism go hand in hand with expectations. Hello, Deborah. Thank you for joining us today. So I told you a story about how, Colorado, that the weather is very beautiful there today. So as far as professionalism, last week I was telling you a story about how my account got compromised. And I went into the bank and how the first thing they did was manage my expectations. Well, that kind of goes hand in hand with professionalism, because what I got from the bank I thought was true professionalism. These people at the bank, and I'm going to call them people for now, but really they're more of my business partners, because I have really good relationship with my bankers, and that's very key. Relationships are key to any kind of business that you have. Relationships, banking relationships are at the top of that scale. So, and how the bank showed me professionalism was, number one, they addressed me by name, and each time they addressed me, they made a point of calling my name, no matter which bank person I talked to, and I talked to at least 3 different people at the bank. The next thing they did was ask, why are you here today? What do you need? How can we help? And that's called professionalism. They didn't try to solve my problem until they knew what it was. So they asked me, what is your problem? How can we help? So that was professional in communication and appearance, and action. So professionalism can come in all different forms. Hello, Carl. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. The most important part, I think, of professionalism is what people see at first. It's the look on your face, it's the way you're dressed, it's how you address a business associate. That's all going to communicate professionalism. So that's communication without even saying a word. You can communicate your professionalism in many different ways. And I mentioned a few of them: in dress, in appearance, in communication, in action. And if you think of what happens when you go into a bank, and that's if you like your bank and you think your bank is professional. If you don't think your bank is professional, maybe you should consider changing. I'm just using the bank because that's the business relationship that I've had the most exposure with for the last week since my online banking got hacked. I've been in the bank almost every day. So not only do we have a business relationship, it almost seems like we have a personal relationship at this point. Welcome, Renee. Thank you for joining us. And so that's where I'm coming from today when I talk to you about professionalism. If you can imagine in your mind what happens when you walk into your bank. Do you feel that your bank deals with you in a professional manner? There's I don't think I've ever been in a bank where I've not been treated with professionalism, but you may have had a different experience. And if you have, feel free to comment and let me know. And if you think the information that I'm sharing with you today is of value to you or someone you know, please feel free to like, comment, and share. So one of the things you want to keep in mind when you're talking about professionalism is when you're dealing with business associates, you want to make sure that you're dealing with your associates with tact, with diplomacy, and you want to keep your composure, because you know your business customers, your clients, they're not always going to leave you with that warm and fuzzies. You're not going to always walk away feeling good about the time that you've spent with your customers or your clients. And that's something that we all have to learn to deal with. Is you have to keep your composure no matter what happens. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for joining us today. So again, if you don't mind, please in the comment section, let me know where you're listening from today. And if you have any comments you'd like to share on professionalism, I'd be happy to hear you. Now, with me, I have lots of clients that come through my office. Not all of them are business clients. A lot of them are individuals just wanting to get their taxes done. But if I didn't treat all of my clients with the same professionalism, I probably wouldn't have very many clients walking through that door. And my clients aren't always nice. They don't always like the news that I have to give them. And so you have to learn how to deliver bad news and take the sting out of it as much as you can. But you still have to be honest with your clients. And so that's something that we all have to learn to do, whether in your business or your professional life. Hello, Ebony. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So, for instance, I have clients that don't like it when I tell them they owe taxes. It's not my fault that they owe taxes. I don't create the tax laws. I strictly apply them, and I prepare their tax returns from the information they provide. And the fact that they don't like the result, not always a lot I could do about that. But what I can do is, in my professional way of dealing with these clients, where they understand that this is the way it is, and make them happy with the bad news that I've given. And that's a tough bill to follow, and there is no one specific way to do it. You just have to learn to deal with people when you work in a customer-oriented business. So I see we have people that are coming from one side of the country to the other, from Colorado to South Carolina. That's a good thing. We have a pretty wide range of audience members here. So if you like the information that I'm sharing and you think it's of value, I love getting feedback. So please feel free to like, comment, and share. So in the comment box, please tell me what industry you're in, and if professionalism is a big part of what you do for a living. So, another industry that's probably really focused on professionalism. I think I have a real estate agent here. In fact, I know I have a real estate agent listening today. And not everybody that you show a home is going to be professional. Some of the home sellers aren't going to be professional. Maybe you show up and they're not ready for you to view the home, and that could cause a problem. So as a real estate agent, you have to find a way to have both the potential buyer and the seller okay with what you're doing. When there are awkward moments, you have to be the one to smooth it over so that you can have a potential sale there. As I said, professionalism comes in all forms. If you went into your attorney's office and they were dressed like they were about to go work in their garden, or maybe they were expecting to go to Home Depot for the day, had on shorts and flip-flop. That may affect your opinion on that attorney. And you may think, just based on first appearances, that maybe you need to look at somebody else because maybe this person isn't going to work for you. You know, if you went in to see your doctor, and I have nothing against piercing and tattoos. I have my own piercings and have a tattoo that I won't share with you where it is. But if you went in to see your doctor and your doctor had tattoos all along the side of their face and piercing in their eyes and their nose and their mouth, you might have second thoughts whether or not you want this person to be your doctor. So professionalism isn't across the board for everybody. If you were a performer, a singer, you performed on stage, your piercing and your tattoos may get you more following. But if you're going to perform surgery on somebody, then maybe that's not the idea of professionalism for your industry. So, you know, we've talked a little bit about dress, about communication, and communication is probably the biggest part of professionalism. What comes out of your mouth is going to have a big effect on what people think about you and whether or not you're viewed as professional. If you're dropping F-bombs all over the place, again, that might work at a rock concert, but not so much in an accounting office, or, you know, it may prevent you from selling a house. If you did that in a bank, you may lose your job. So professionalism changes based on the circumstance, the situation. You can't expect for a skateboarder to have the same professionalism as an architect. It's just not going to happen. So I want to start a contest right here. In the comment box, tell me what you think is the ultimate form of professionalism. When you hear the term professionalism, what do you think that means? Or what does it mean to you? I know to me, when I hear the term professionalism, and maybe that's just because of my industry, I think of somebody in an office, addressing me by name, making me feel comfortable, letting me know that they're interested in not just me giving them money, but me getting something in return for that, me getting something of value, providing a service that I'm happy to say, I'm happy to pay for. I'm happy to tell somebody else, hey, I went to the insurance office and they really took care of me. If I walk out of an insurance office and say somebody really took care of me, I'm saying this person treated me professionally and I felt valued, and I would be happy to refer that insurance service to you. Do any of you give referrals? Let me see a comment or a like button if you ever give referrals when you've gotten good customer service. Okay, so most people don't say anything when they've gotten good customer service. However, if they've had a bad experience, they're going to tell everybody they know about that bad experience. So when you give good service, you may or may not get any feedback, but if you give bad service, everybody knows. Maybe you guys have seen these posts on Facebook where somebody describes an incident where they went into a place of business and they were treated poorly. rake them through the coals. But very rarely do you see somebody post, hey, I went into ABC restaurant and the waitress was so kind and she was so good. The food was good. I love this restaurant. Doesn't happen very often. But if you got food poisoning from that restaurant, everybody would know about it. And all of that good customer service, again, is a part of professionalism. If your profession is to serve food, to provide food to your customers, then if you give them good service, that's you being professional. If a stray dog walks by and you pet that dog and then you continue to serve your customers food without washing your hands, although that's not very hygienic, it's also not professional either. And these things show. I've gone into restaurants and I've seen servers work without hair nets when they're preparing the food, and seen hair in the food. See people touch their hair and then they fix your food. Well, I don't care how clean your hair is. Nobody wants to have food that you've been touching your hair, rubbing your body, wiping your nose, and then you serve them without washing your hands. That's a form of professionalism. So again, if you think the information that I'm giving you today is of value, or you know somebody else that might appreciate it, please feel free to like, comment, and share. I love getting feedback. And so all of this is a part of running a successful business. No matter what business you're in, if you and your staff, your employees are professional, if you always make a point of showing professionalism, that's going to show in your business. That's going to show in repeat customers. It's going to show in client referrals. Your business is going to grow. And so when we're talking about, Plateau to Summit, the ultimate guide to helping you take your business to the top, it's not just about selling good food. It's about selling a good experience. It's not just about preparing a tax return. It's about giving a good experience, making somebody feel good when they leave your office, when they leave your restaurant, when they leave your place of business, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're a housekeeper, you clean toilets for a living, make that toilet sparkle. That's a form of professionalism. You show up at somebody's house, you do your job, and you leave. Somebody comes to your office, you take care of them, you do what they pay you for, and they leave happy. That's the goal. Having happy and satisfied customers, clients. That's all a part of professionalism. Hello, Frida. Thank you for joining us. So if you're interested in other ways of strategies, techniques for helping your business to grow, then make sure you check out our Plateau to Summit Facebook group. I'd love to have you as a member. Please feel free to visit my website, www.cpagarrett.com. If you already have a business and you'd like to have a savvy business tool, you can download my mobile app. There's a link for it in the Plateau to Summit group. And then there's a couple of ebooks that'll give you great tips on strategies for growing your business. And all these links are in the Plateau to Summit Facebook group. Plateau to Summit, again, it's a group of like-minded business people that are looking for a way to grow their business, to pull their business out of a rut. Or if you haven't started your business yet, it's a way to help you get started. We have a whole series on business plans, and so you can look at some of the videos that are already posted. And if you like the content in this particular live, please feel free to like, comment, and share. Invite your friends if you know anybody that might be interested. Invite your friends to join our group, or to join me next week when the topic will be communications. And that's all a part of our series this month in strategies to help build good relationships with your customers and your clients. Next week, it may be a little loud. I think I'm going to be coming to you from the airport, so no matter what, I'm going to be here at 12:30 next Wednesday, same time, same place, discussing, well, it won't be the same place, but it'll be the same time, discussing communications and business. And you might have to struggle to hear me if they get kind of loud on the intercom, but I'm committed to giving you the advice on helping to grow your business. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Lynn, Deborah, John, Carl, Renee, Tammy, Ebony, Frida, please feel free to join me in the future. Like, comment, and share if you think you know somebody that might be interested, if it's of value to you. If you still have questions after today's event is ended, please feel free to write a comment and I'll get back to you. You can leave a message, or you can go to my website and you can contact me that way, leave a message, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you here next week. Take care. Have a wonderful week.